Are you looking for a heater that does more than just warm your body? Well, we might have a dual purpose one that you might like. What's up, everybody, and welcome back to Outdoor Gear. My name's Aaron Bottoms, and today we're going to finish our Mr. Heater series with the propane heater and cooker unit. But before we get into that, I'd like to say thank you to everybody that has liked, subscribed, commented, and just viewed in general. If you didn't like watching or want to find something else you want to watch, we still appreciate you watching what we have put out before. So thank you to everybody that has done that. Hopefully we can bring you more cool content. But let's get into it, because that's what you're here for. Here it is. The propane heater and cooker. Now, they call it the heater and cooker because, well, you could set it like that, and you could heat your body. You can warm stuff in front of it, or you can put it on its belly or the backside here, and it will cook on top of it. It comes in two separate pieces here. You've got the actual head, which if you wanted to, you could probably mount against a wall, on deer stand, something like that, to get a good radial heat coming at you. And then you connect your propane tank, either the full adapter for the 15-pound tank or the 1-pound tank can go right on there. This just slides into its stand like so, and like I said, you can put it up, you can put it down. It's pretty straightforward and simple. It's like a sunflower heater. It's nothing more fancy than that, and honestly, it's probably one of the most simple heaters Mr. Heater puts out. It does a good job of what it does. So this thing actually puts out a lot more heat than some of our other units. Our portable buddy, which we've seen in other videos, puts out 4,000 to 9,000. Our little buddy puts out 3,800. Our buddy Flex puts anywhere from 8,000 to 11,000 BTU. This guy here on low puts out 10,000 and puts out 15,000 on high with 12,000 in the middle. That's a lot of heat, and this is going to be a lot of heat coming directly from the unit. Instead of, rising up or coming across that surface, this is going to be very hot right here on the grill here. So that is something to keep in mind, and I will demonstrate that here shortly of what that can do. As always, you take your propane tank and you screw it in, make sure everything is off. And sometimes these threads are a little hard to get started, but this is going on just fine for me. All right. So unlike our other units that we've looked at, this does not have an ignition switch. What you have to do is put your bad boy or your propane heater and cooker on low, I recommend. And there's a little button here that actually lets the propane shoot up through the valve here and go to the unit. Then you take your lighter and you just light it up. You hold this button down for about 15 seconds probably. Sometimes it's less, sometimes you need 30 seconds, but they recommend 30. And right there it cut off. So I'll hold it down a little bit longer. There it goes. All right, now, on low, we're putting out 10,000 BTU. It is very hot. It goes straight up. If you flip it over like so, you get that directional heat, and it is putting out some good heat for a distance. Again, your heat will rise, and that is standard. But a few things you can do with this thing is you can make a pot of coffee. This is plastic handle. I'm not going to leave it on there very long, but if you want to put a pot of coffee on there, maybe you can put it on the edge like that, and you could brew some warm water, coffee, whatever it may be. You could take an old standard pot. This is an old popcorn pot, but put that on there. Let it heat up your water, your popcorn, whatever it is. It's a good cooking surface. You get what I'm saying? You understand what I mean. Now, when we're talking about the fact that this thing puts out a lot of heat directly, we've got our standard marshmallow. We've got our skewer. And we are going to roast this bad boy if I can get my skewers to be a little skinnier, like I wish I could be sometimes. So, we put it right over top here. Let's see how quickly this thing catches. And I don't like a burnt marshmallow, so I'll take a little bit of time here, but as you can see, this thing very quickly goes up and is on fire. Now, my wife likes them very burnt. I do not, so I'm going to roast mine a little bit more. But as you can see, this thing puts out a lot of heat. So if you're going to put something close to it, it's going to catch on fire. It's going to melt your tent, whatever it may be. This is for outdoor use. I do not recommend this at all for indoor use, nor does Mr. Heater. We recommend this for indoor use. So just don't do it, or don't do it often. I'm in a shed here. It's pretty open. It's well ventilated. We're all good in that aspect. But don't put this in a small enclosed space. It will get hot and it will burn stuff down. Again, 10,000 unit BTU is pretty warm, and it heats like a sunflower unit where it's really pushing that heat out versus the Buddy Flex and the Mr. Heater where it just kind of stays there and whatnot. So again, this is a very simple unit. It does its job. It heats, it cooks, whatever it may be. It's very good for the dual purpose, and it's convenient to carry around. You can hook the not the 20-pound tank. I've been called out on that. The 15-pound tank, you can hook the 15-pound tank to it, or you can hook the 1-pound tank to it, and you're good to go. So let's get in some real tests on it and see what it's made of. Bonus footage, I'm eating my marshmallow. Very good. Kind of conveniently left this rock here, so let's see what the rock does to this thing and see how the stand holds up and how the grill holds up. I mean, maybe you have a little bit of pressure on it, but if I got a heavy pot, let's take a rock, stick it right on there. Seems to be all right. What if we drop a rock? Crush the screen a little bit, but I think we can bend that back out and bend our stand a little bit. Should be fine. Well, if we drown this thing a little bit, will it light back up? I mean, it's got propane coming through, but if it gets a little wet, what's it gonna do? So we'll just take a little water here and see what happens. Maybe you left it out in the rain a little bit. Maybe you spill your pot on it. Well, the water seems to drain out of the orifices, so hopefully it'll light back up and won't have an issue. You got this thing right in the back of the truck, you know, if it's just shimmying down, you go down a gravel road, might come apart. Maybe not fall from a distance, but might not fall apart, but the little rattling of this cage came off. What about, oh, that broke off too. So obviously these little pin welds don't do so well. You know, that's something to keep in mind. Obviously it's not a big deal if you're gonna baby it like a lot of people do, but in my purposes, I want to see how easily these things pop off, like so. They don't really hold on too well. No big deal. We'll make it work. All right, so let's look and see how the Mr. Heater propane and cooker fared with our little test there. See if you soak it in water and it fills up, will it turn back on? Now we're going to do a short test here. If it turns back on, we'll turn it right back off because it did take a little bit of damage. And I want to put this thing outside to run for a little bit on its own before I use it for my own personal use. So let's get this tank on here. There we go. Tank is on there nice and snug. We've got our lighter here. Put it on low. See if the propane comes out. It does. Immediately lit. See if the pilot light will hold. It does. Great. So it still works. Crank it up. And everything seems to work. Cool. All right, so even with that abuse of the rock hitting it and the grate is not what it used to be, it's missing a few rings there, and the frame itself is a little bent, it still works, and it still works all right. Nothing seemed to be popping or breaking or anything like that. It still works. I mean, I soaked it in water, as you saw. It filled this entire ring in here up and drained out and lit right back up. So if you're going to use it on a rainy day, I don't see why it would have any problem. If you're going to use it after, you know, it snowed on it or something, just knock the snow out, light that bad boy up. Very simple design. They're designed to work in the elements, and they're designed to work in general. So all in all, I think it's a pretty good heater. I've liked all the Mr. Heaters so far, and they haven't let me down yet. I've been able to fix any problem that I have created, which, again, I would recommend just send it to somebody else just to be on the safe side of caution. But these are great products. I still use mine in the shed, the Buddy Flex, all that stuff. So if you liked what you saw here, go check out our other ones and choose which one you want according to what you have going on. If you're going to be cooking outdoors, or you want a little something to keep your, you know, outdoor space warmer, this sunflower heater does pretty well. I would say if you're going into the duck blind, you could use this. But if you're going to put this in your bathroom, in your home, I would not recommend that, because I don't think this is very safe for that, because things will catch on fire close to the proximity of the element here. So keep that in mind. Again, thank you to everybody who has liked, subscribed, commented, all of that stuff. We appreciate it so much. We appreciate all the views. We appreciate everything that you are doing for us, because whether you know it or not, we are growing because of you. So please let us know what you'd like to see. Let us know what you want to have on this channel and what other series you might want, whether it be Ozark Trails or whether it be Coleman Coolers or Yeti, whatever it may be. Let us know what you'd like us to try out for you so you know what you put your money towards. Thank you for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed. Hopefully you are enjoying all the things we're putting out, and we will see you on the next one. Bye, guys.